In this week's video, I'm going to be showing you my collection of body jewellery for my ears, my nose and my mouth, and also giving you a few tips on where you can get good quality body jewellery cheaper. If you have a lot of piercings and you're on a budget, it can be very expensive to go to shops and buy body jewellery because it might be $10 or $20 for a tongue bar. But if you are on a budget, eBay is your best friend. So instead of spending $10 or $20 on one piece of jewellery, you might be able to get 10 of them for $5. And I've never had any problems with buying body jewellery on eBay. The general size that you want to look for is 16 gauge and 8mm. The gauge is how thick the jewellery is, and the lower the gauge is, the thicker the jewellery, and the higher the gauge, the thinner the jewellery. And the same goes for the mil. The mil is how long it is. So the smaller the size, the longer the jewellery, the bigger the size, the shorter the jewellery. If you have a lot of piercings, it is worth having a collection of bioplast or plastic jewellery, and that can come in handy for if you have to take them out for some reason, for work, or if you're going for surgery and they don't allow piercings. And if you have a piercing that's not healing properly, it's definitely worth having a few pieces of plastic jewellery just in case. I had a lot of trouble with my industrial piercing healing. After about 4 months of it not healing properly, I replaced it with plastic jewellery, and within a week or 2 weeks it was completely healed. And there are some people that have a reaction with metal body jewellery, so for those people you'd probably just have to have plastic jewellery in it, not the metal ones, because sometimes it can react. This is how I store my spare body jewellery. It's definitely worth having a lot of these little plastic bags. You never know when they're going to come in handy. If you have any mouth piercings, it is definitely worth having plastic jewellery in them. With my lip piercings, the back of them are all plastic. And the reason for that is because I started getting receding gums because of the metal in my lips. So now I only have the plastic behind it, and I haven't had any problems with those. And the balls underneath my tongue piercings are both plastic, and that just prevents them from rubbing against the bottom part of my gums. If you are looking on eBay for piercing jewellery, generally if you're not quite sure what you're looking for, the vaguer the search, the more of a variety that you're going to get. So if you're not quite sure what you're looking for, just type in body jewellery or lip jewellery, nose studs, and so on and so forth. But if you know exactly what you're looking for, type that in, and generally you'll find what you're looking for within the first few listings. But it's definitely worth actually having a look through there, because you might find on like the 3rd or 4th page something a whole lot cheaper than what you found on the first page. You've also got Gumtree, and I think Facebook has a free buy, swap and sell sort of thing, but it's definitely worth getting it brand new. You don't want to get old jewellery. You don't want to get used body jewellery. You want proper surgical steel, because if you have the cheap knockoff, it is going to react very, very badly. And something else that is essential for anybody who has piercings or anybody who gets piercings on a regular basis is sea salt. Just have it in your cupboard. Doesn't really matter if you don't use it, but that is the best thing that you can use to clean new piercings. And please don't use that crappy shit that they'll give you at the chemist. They say, oh, this will clean it really nicely. Well, yeah, it sort of will with like earlobe piercings, but if you're getting cartilage piercings, well, first of all, please do not get a cartilage piercing done at a chemist, because they use piercing guns, and piercing guns have a tendency to shatter the cartilage, which can make healing a pain in the backside, and rejection is a lot higher when a piercing is done with a gun rather than with a needle. If you have any questions, like always, please write them in the comments, and I'm more than happy to help if I can. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye!